starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning and welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for being here with me. Glad we're here together for another story. Yes, bringing favorite stories to Storytime here, and so we can enjoy together. I am glad we're here together and excited as always to bring another story to spend time with you. Thank you for being here. I am glad we're here. How are you doing? Where are you today? And indeed, how is it all going for you? Thank you so much for joining in. Today we do bring back another classic, a good one indeed, a beautiful one, and this one just heartwarming story. And yes, this one is called The Longest Let's Go Boy. This one by DERICK WILDER and illustrations by CATIA Chien. And this is the second book in a row that we're reading from CATIA Chien. So we're in for another treat. Beautiful illustrations, beautiful story by DERICK WILDER. And of course, we're reading this one in permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. A big thank you to them. A big thank you to you for joining us on Storytime today. I hope you enjoy this one very, very shortly. Thank you so much for joining in and glad you're here. And please let us know too, what has been your favorite story on Storytime in the last 2 years or however long that you've been following in Storytime. There have been many great stories and I hope that you've enjoyed them. And I've enjoyed reading all of them here and indeed listening in when we've had guests reading on Storytime. Remember that you can find Storytime live right here on YouTube and Facebook at 7 a.m. Pacific time as well as 11 a.m. Pacific time for the recording. And then of course you can always find us on our archives on Instagram, at YouTube, as well as on Facebook. So do find us at Storytime with Mr. Lamada, and of course at our website at storytimewithmrlamada.com. Thank you so much for joining in today. Glad you're here. I made it nice and warm out here today, so it feels good. It feels good, just right. Any more of this and I'll be too hot, but this is great. Thank you so much for joining in. How is it where you are? And please today, do share. Go back into all the story times that we've had. Which one have you enjoyed? Which ones have you enjoyed? And we're looking to bring back some of that list later on. As we move into the year, we'll be bringing back some of those favorites here to Storytime so you get to enjoy them. And of course, others who've joined us later may be introduced to new books that they did not know. So please let us know what are some of your favorites so that we can have them here back on Storytime, just like we're doing today. The Longest Let's Go Boy, DERICK WILDER and CATIA Chien. Excited for this one and glad we're here together. And this one is coming to you from Chronicle Books of San Francisco. And please remember too that next month, April 23rd, we're going to Sacramento. Yes, indeed, we will be in Sacramento from here in Oakland. Please continue to support the work, continue to support the ride. We are moving, we're raising so much, and I love it. Please continue supporting, and indeed, all those encouraging words, and share with your friends, share with your communities that this is happening, and we need to keep raising money for public education, and of course, raising awareness of the underfunding of public education. Very important. Please help out and support, share with your friends, and indeed, even just encouraging words are important. Thank you. And this is happening April 23rd. For today, we have the longest Let's Go Boy. Let's see who is with us though this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story. Good morning to you. Oh my goodness, good to see you back here on Storytime Live. Thank you so much for joining in. How are you doing? Chriselle, thank you for joining us. Rocco and Clay, good morning to you. Well, I totally get it. Life happens. I will take my victories, and I'm glad that you're here today. Here's a big hug to all of you there today. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm glad you're back today. Sending you nothing but love as well out there in Long Beach, California. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you. Glad you're here. Yes, good to see you. And spring break coming up too, so I hope that you get a little bit of rest then. Thank you so much for joining us. Good morning to you, Tanisha. Tanisha is champion. How are you doing? Oh, how I miss you. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope that you are having a lovely morning, a lovely start to your day, and hopefully see you soon too. It's been way too long, Miss Champion. Way too long. Hugs and love to you. And yes, just wishing you love and health and everything. Thank you so much for joining in. Good to see you here on Storytime. Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed. Miss our times, Miss Champion. I'm glad you're here. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining in. And of course, love to your family as well. Good morning to you, Jessica. How are you doing today? And of course, joining in with Ali Amin. How are you in Washington? Good to see you here on Storytime, and I am glad you're here. Yes, we're about to go on a beautiful walk together, and this one is indeed called The Longest Let's Go Boy. It is written by Derrick Wilder, illustrations by CATIA Chien, and if you know, CATIA Chien brought us yesterday's book as well. The illustrations are amazing, outstanding. Thank you for joining us. Good morning to you. Ali Amin, hugs to you. Thank you for being here. Jessica, thank you so much for joining us. I hope your morning is off to a great start, and hopefully Storytime is adding to that great start too. Thank you so much for being here. Miss Champion, oh absolutely love you to bits. Thank you so much for joining in, and of course let's talk some more for sure. Thank you for joining in Storytime. Oh my. For those of you that have been around me and Miss Champion, you will know that it's laughs all the way when we're together. Laughs all the way, jokes all the way, and that's how it should be. Let's try and just enjoy life too sometimes. Thank you so much for joining in. Good morning to you, Pamela Courtney. Please do stay dry. Oh my goodness. Drenched hellos to everyone from Auntie Pam, Braylon, and Chad. It's a downpour in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Well, I'm glad we're here together. It's fun because that means we will see ducks in Granny's backyard really soon. Oh my. You have such a wonderful life out there. I love it. Ducks, birds, all kinds of birds coming into your yard. I love it. I want those to come to my backyard too. I have a bird every now and then that lands here, but not as much as you do. Thank you for sharing, and I'm glad too that you're seeing the future. You're already looking beyond the downpour. Thank you so much for that. I love it. Good morning to you one more time, Pamela Courtney. Thank you for joining in. And of course, Braylon and Chad, thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Good morning to you. Happy you are here with us. Thank you. Miss Ingrid, how are you doing all the way out in Patagonia, Argentina? Thank you so much for joining us. Great to be here for Storytime. Well, great to have you here with us. Yes, indeed. This wonderful community that we've built. Thank you so much for joining in, and indeed sending love to you and your loved ones. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning to you, Kennedy Kapolyo Kampamba. How are you doing today out in Turkey? Good to see you back, my brother. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Glad you're here. I hope you're ready for this wonderful, wonderful story. The Longest Let's Go Boy. And this one is written by Derrick Wilder and illustrations by CATIA Chien. And we're reading it with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. A big thank you to them indeed. And a big thank you to you for joining us. I hope you're ready for this wonderful story. Let's get started with it on the other side of this message. Get ready, get comfortable, get cozy, because story time is here and we're about to have a beautiful time. Thank you so much. See you on the other side very, very shortly.
Hi friends, my name is Christy and I am the author of A Heart in the Sand, also known as Un Corazón en la Arena. Now, this bilingual book is about tesoros, or treasures. And something that I treasure is my friendship with Mr. Lamada. So I have a challenge for you. Share this story time with someone who you treasure, and we can all spread the literary love.
Welcome back. Caught me right as I was in two minds. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. And a big thank you, of course, to Christy Daprin. And as you know, amazing book indeed that she has, A Heart in the Sand. And we've read it here on Storytime, so please do check it out. And of course, check it out where you find books as well. Thank you for joining in. Are you ready for this one today? The Longest Let's Go Boy. This one, DERICK WILDER, illustrations, CATIA CHIEN, and of course, read with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Here we go. The Longest Let's Go Boy. Written by DERICK WILDER, illustrations by CATIA CHIEN, and read with permission of Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Meow meow wakes me, rumble drumming my tummy. I stretch my old bones. Fireball floats across bright blue, playing hide and seek with puffers. Swirlers ruffle the fur on my upside down. Oh. Sniff, sniff. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, here comes Little, my forever friend. She gives me a happy face. I wiggle wag. We shake and Little holds out a tasty treat, letting me know I am a good dog. Oh, yes, I am. Oh. Little calls out, "Let's go, boy!" Her paws crunch, crunch across diggy dirt, and waybacks fill my head. I am an old puppy again, run jumping and tail chasing, yip yapping constantly at brat jumpers, leg lifting endlessly on toe sticks. Oh. Standing under those toe sticks now, Little still looks tiny. I want to run jump to her, but I'm dog tired, so I must slow step. She waits, then we disappear into big wild. I woof woof farewell to tweeters, branch jumpers, and fuzz hoppers. Then head down to toe sticks, colorfuls, and leafies, never letting Little stray too far. Oh. I hear tweeters' tender replies in my one good listener. Feel toe sticks' gentle trembles through diggy dirt. They tell me that Little will always be welcome, always be safe. We reach a bend in Gurgle Burble, where hornbirds and striped tails often visit. and sip-slurp on cool sweetness. We stop at a smooth stump, then sit, stay, be. We stop at smooth stump, then sit, stay, be. When shadows stretch out, it is time to go. Little gives me her tightest love squeeze. I give her my wettest nose nozzle. I wait until Little is inside, then slow step to the far corner of soft green. I circle once, twice, then settle. Meow Meow's rough tongue tickles my cheek. She shares soothing rumble drums, letting me know I am a good dog. Oh, yes, I am. Aw. Among peaceful tweeter tunes, a distant "Let's go, boy" drifts down from puffers. I take one last look at Little. She will be okay, and I am ready. I close my eyes. And feel the flutter of beautifuls lifting me above tall sticks. Oh. My old bones feel new. I can run jump again. Oh. Little gathers a pack of 2 paws. I miss them. Dewdrops on their cheeks say they miss me too. Little gathers with her pack of 2 paws. I miss them. Dewdrops on their cheeks say they miss me too. Tall sticks lose their fur. Then Cold White covers Big Wild in a cozy blanket. More light darks pass, and Cold White disappears. Countless colorfuls show their faces, and new tweeter tunes bring joy to my listeners. She's on a Let's Go Boy when branch jumpers start scattering and toe sticks begin grumbling. Now, page 2, I'm sorry. Sniff, sniff. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. There goes Little. She's on a Let's Go Boy when branch jumpers start scattering and toe sticks begin grumbling. And then I see him there, yip-yapping constantly and leg lifting endlessly, is an old puppy. Little gives him a love squeeze. He gives her a slobber kiss. Then he's off, run jumping and tail chasing. Little gazes up at bright blue. She gives me a happy face. I wiggle. Oh. She is my forever friend. Yeah. Oh. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope you enjoyed that one. A beautiful, beautiful book indeed, coming to you from CATIA Chien and, of course, DERICK WILDER. Beautiful illustrations, wonderful story, told from the perspective of this loving, loving dog. I'm glad you are here to join us for this one, and I hope you enjoyed it. Yes, to all those that have gone, to all those that we remember, to all those that we miss, to all those that we love. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. And indeed, thank you for the memories today. Absolutely appreciate this one. Please, please, I hope that today you find a moment to just sit and let all those, what are they called in the book? You know, like the past. Let me see what the word was. I thought it was such a pretty way of describing memories, and I just want to use that forever now. Ran jumping constantly. Let's see. Waybacks. Yes, the waybacks come back. And so I hope that you have a moment today to go through the waybacks and just enjoy the beautiful moments that we had with those that have gone, with those that we missed. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. This is such a heartwarming book, such a lovely book, written from the perspective that sometimes I think we all may forget and don't think about how, you know, our pets, how they view us and how we treat them and how they are part of the family for so long, and that the love is just there, and it's just really highlights that in this book. Thank you so much for joining in. I am absolutely grateful to be here with you today, to have this moment to share and read. And of course, I know that we've all suffered loss at some point, and I hope that this book goes a long way in soothing and knowing that, yes, indeed, our loved ones are okay and that we will be okay. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope you're well. I hope that your heart is full, and I hope that you have a beautiful day. And of course, like the book says, I hope that you get fireball in the sky today, wherever you are. And of course, I hope those puffers can clear away for fireball and you can have a beautiful day indeed. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Glad we were here together. Thank you so much. Ingrid, thank you. Say absolutely and completely in love with the work and art of this book. Absolutely. How can you not be, right? I need it right now. Absolutely. Please find it where you find books. Thank you so much for joining in. Don't want to forget. Oh, thank you. Absolutely. No, it is happening. Words like yours are encouraging, and I absolutely appreciate it. Right for a reason happening. 23rd of April, we're riding from Oakland to Sacramento. Excited about that one. Please continue to support, continue to share with your friends, and let others, encourage others to donate. And we are raising money for public education. Thank you so much for sharing that. And of course, thank you for being here. What a lovely book to start our morning. What a way to start our morning indeed. My sister Auntie was a little emotional. I warned her. Love the beautiful words the author used. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm telling you, this book is just, it goes straight for the heart. It does go straight for the heart. It is a beautiful one indeed. And I hope that, you know, as we go through the day, we feel the love. We feel the love of those that have gone before us. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. This has been Storytime today, and it is just such a joy to have amazing books like this. And we're back again tomorrow with more stories to share. And coming in also, this is the latest that we'll be reading, coming from our friend Jonathan Marshall. And remember, he's brought us. I'll be right there. And I'm blanking out on the other one right now. I'll come back to it. But tomorrow we'll be reading Me and My Kazoo at the zoo. So join in for this one, and I'm ready to share indeed. I can't wait to enjoy this one. Thank you so much for joining in. Oh yes, Does It Rain Food is another one from Jonathan Marshall. Thank you so much for joining us today. Good morning to you, Bia. How are you doing today? Glad you are awake and able to catch part of the story, but I also hope that you can join us indeed for the replay later on and enjoy it on Storytime. Enjoy it. You know it'll be back. It's still there, and also it'll be back at 11 a.m. Pacific time if you hope to join us for that one. thank you so much, everybody, for joining in story time. Seeing loved faces, seeing loved ones here, just hearing from all of you encourages me to go into this day with a smile. And of course, just warms my heart to know that everybody's here. We're okay. Whether it's a downpour somewhere, I hope that clears and you have some beautiful sunshine later on. And indeed, the positive outlook. Look at what's coming after that. This is only temporary. Thank you so much for joining in story time. Absolutely love it. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day indeed. And like the I feel like the book says in here too, we're going to be all right. Thank you so much for joining in. A beautiful, beautiful thank you to DERICK WILDER and CATIA CHIEN for the amazing illustrations that just take you into dreamland, drift you away. And thank you so much for joining in. And a big thank you to Chronicle Books for sharing this amazing book here with us. Thank you, thank you. Absolutely appreciate you. Absolutely appreciate it, Pamela Courtney. I'm holding dear right now. I'm holding dear thoughts of my mom, and I appreciate everybody that is here today. And it's just gives me strength. Gives me strength to go on, gives me strength to go on. And I just remember all the fun, loving, joyful laughs that we had. And nothing can take that away. So, let's remember those beautiful things and enjoy the day. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. A wonderful book that is making me all emotional, but in a good way. I appreciate it. And I hope that you have a wonderful day today. A beautiful, beautiful day. Thank you for joining us for Let's Go Boy. Yes, the longest Let's Go Boy. Beautiful, beautiful book. Much love from me. And I will see you again tomorrow when we are back. We're going to the zoo. Me and my kazoo at the zoo. Join me for this one from Jonathan Marshall. And we'll be bringing it right here on Storytime. It is brand new from Jonathan Marshall. Thank you so much for being here. Hugs to you and your loved ones and everybody that is out there. Please remember to check in on somebody today. Just check in. A little hello can go a long way. Thank you for being here. Much love. Bye-bye.
Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some with people that look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start on the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start on the reading? We just can't wait to be